Today's demonstration is about how to configure and verify a small network. So we'll be configuring devices and verify their connectivity, and we will also gather information with show commands. Alright, so as you can see on the screen, here is a small network. We have an RTA router with the name RTA, and it is connected to two LANs via switches SW1 and SW2. Let's quickly configure router RTA. So I'm going to click on router and I'll go to the CLI interface and I'm going to press enter. Okay. So this router, basically we have to configure, the host name. All right. So what was the command to configure the host name? First, I have to go to the privilege exec mode. So I'm into it right now. Then I have to go into the global configuration mode, and I can assign a host name to this machine, to this router. So let's call it RTA. All right. So now I have successfully changed the name of this router to RTA, and then I can also basically assign a banner message. So banner MOTD, message of the day. And what is the message? Only authorized access, please. And you can change the message to whatever your own requirement. Okay, so now the banner message has been set, and exit. All right, and if I exit, you will see the message again. You see, only authorized access, please. And what should I do? Well, I should also secure the console line. All right, let's go ahead and secure the console line. Enable config terminal. All right, go to the console, line console, set the password. Oh, password to, let's say, virtual. All right, okay, so the password is set to virtual. And login command and exit. But so if I want to see, if I exit again and exit again, now it will ask me for the password. And what was the password we set? It was virtual. All right, and if I want to see the running config, show running config. So it will show me the host name, which is RTA, and the password. Let me see. Where is the password? Banner is going to be this one. Banner MOTD. Line console password is virtual. You see that? You see this line? This is in the running config. But the password is not encrypted. So we can encrypt the password also. So there is a command for it to encrypt the password, just in case someone gets access to the running config, he or she won't be able to see or read your password because it will be encrypted then. So let's go ahead and encrypt the password. So enable config terminal, and I'm going to execute a command, service and password. All right, so I'm going to exit. All right. And then let's see, show running config now. All right, so you see the service password encryption is on. And if I go to this, you won't be able to see the password. You see, line console, the password is encrypted. All right. So let me quickly save this configuration. Remember the command, copy running config to startup config, and press enter again, and we are all set. So we have successfully saved the configuration, and now we're gonna assign the IP address to this and also the LAN interface. So let me quickly see if it is already configured or not. So enable. All right, and show IP interface brief. Oh, they are not configured. You see, so I have to configure these two interfaces also. So I'm going to go to the configure terminal, configure T, and then the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. I'm going to configure this interface with the IP address 10.10.10.1, right? And the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. All right, and no shutdown to bring it up. Exit. And now again I'm going to configure the second interface, which is interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1. All right, and I'm going to configure this interface with the IP address 10.10.20.1 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Oh, it's 2055.0. All right, press enter. No shutdown and exit. So let's see if we have successfully configured the interfaces. Yes, we have configured the interfaces. All right, so yeah, so this has turned to green now. Okay, we can also assign description to the LAN interfaces. So let me quickly show you how can I assign a description to the LAN interface. This is just to, in order for the network administrator to remember his configuration of the network. So if I go to the privilege mode, configure terminal interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0, and I can basically assign a description to it. So let's say this. So if I just say description and press enter, it will say incomplete command. So I have to give, or if I write question mark, it say up to 240 characters of describing this interface. Let's call it the G0/0 interface. This is the description that we have given. All right, and we can give the same description to interface to the second interface, gigabit interface. So now we have to configure, and let me quickly save this configuration also, because we have just made a small change. Copy running config to startup config and enter. So we have successfully saved the configuration. And in the next activity, we will configure PC1 and PC2 and verify the connectivity of this network.